Hi everyone, welcome to the platform of Study IQ PCS. In this lecture, we will discuss the current affair of Assam for the month of January. We have discussed the first part for this month, and this will be the second and last part in which Assam specific news will be discussed in the MCQ pattern. My name is Ravneet Kaur. If you want to connect with me, then you can join me on the Telegram at Ravneet Kaur Official and on the Instagram at Ravneet Kaur Officials. So let's start with the lecture. The very first question is about the 100% electrical three-wheeler target which is being set by the Assam. Question is, Assam decided to achieve the 100% electrical three-wheeler sales in the state. By which of the following year this target has been set? Options are 2024, 2023, 2025 or 2030. The correct answer will be by the year 2025, Assam is going to achieve this 100% electrical three-wheeler sale target. Remember, this is for the three-wheeler. For the two-wheeler, Assam is already, sorted that electrical vehicle sale should be achieved by the 100% target within this year itself. And you can also remember that why government of India or you can say state government is focusing on the electric vehicle sale, because it will help to reduce the carbon footprint. Also, you must have listened about the scheme that is FAME and FAME 2. These schemes are basically about the faster adoption of the electrical vehicle. Second phase of this scheme has been launched, and this scheme is targeted to achieve the maximum number of sale of electrical vehicle all across the country, so that we can achieve the targets which is being set in the COP26, which happened at the Glasgow. And this target, you can say these targets has been set at the COP26 by the Prime Minister of India. One of this target was to increase the renewable energy capacity of India, and other one is to reduce the carbon footprint also, and electrical vehicle can help to achieve this target of carbon footprint reduction. Now we will see the explanation, or you can say we will see the context of the news. Assam has set the target of 100% electrical three-wheeler sale by the year 2025. And if Assam happens to do so, then it will be the first Indian state to reach the milestone. As of fiscal 2023, April 2022 and January 2023, Assam has already achieved the 80% sale of the electrical three-wheeler. And you can also remember that it is one of the three states in India which is focusing on the high level of electrification in any segment. Apart from that, other two states which are going to focus on the electrification in any segment, that is Uttarakhand and Chandigarh. This study has been conducted in the USA, from which the report came that three states, or you can say two states and one union territory of the country, is focusing on the faster adoption of electrification. Assam will likely to achieve the 100% electric three-wheeler sale by 2025, and it will become the first state to achieve this, not just in India but also globally, which is very very important. If Assam going to achieve this target by the year 2025, then it will be the first state across the world to achieve this. You can remember I have talked to you about the COP26 target. One of this target is to achieve the net zero goal by 2070, by which you can understand that we are focusing on the no carbon emission by the year of 2070. So India is going to set this goal, or you can say India is going to achieve this goal of net zero goal by the year 2070, and it has not set any sector specific target. Like it has not set in which sector the carbon footprint will be reduced particularly. It will going to reduce the carbon footprint overall and will achieve this net zero target by the year 2070. For example, it can focus on the road transport electrification, for which we have this scheme of electrical vehicle adoption. And you can also remember that in the absence of any national electric vehicle target, state level electrical vehicle policy can contribute to the achievement of this target by the year 2070. The state has achieved the 85% of 3 watt electrification of the new sales, which indicates that Assam is going to contribute much into the FAME 2 scheme. The second phase of the scheme will be implemented well by the contribution from the Assam. Assam has been among the more recent one to notify its state electrical vehicle policy, because it launched the state electrical vehicle policy by the year 2021 itself. And Assam already electrified the 1 lakh two-wheeler, 75,000 three-wheeler and 25,000 four-wheeler in the state. 5-year target has been set by the Assam for the implementation of policy, which means from the year 2021 up to 2026, this policy will be implemented. State also set the target to electrify 100% of the public transit buses and government vehicle by the year 2030. You can remember that this goal is different from the 2025 goal, because 2025 target is about achieving the 100% electrical three-wheeler sale, whereas the 100% goal of achievement of electrification of the transit buses, public buses and government vehicle is set by the year 2030. And also it set the target to ban the ICE purchases for the government vehicle itself from the 2025. Finally, it also set one target to phase out all kind of fossil fuel, commercial as well as logistic vehicle by the year 2030. So last paragraph is pretty important, because from number of statements the question can be framed. And I have already talked with you about the purchase of electrical three-wheeler sale by the year 2025, and other important points are in the last paragraph which you can remember. Next question is about one of the famous Divas. Actually, Assam decided to mark one of the famous Divas at Assam Agriculture University. This particular Divas or celebration is associated with the death anniversary of cultural icon, poet and playwright which is known as Roop Kanwar Jyoti Prasad Agrawala. So question is, which of the following day or Divas is being celebrated to remember the death anniversary of Roop Kanwar Jyoti Prasad Agrawala? Options are Silpi Divas, Art Divas, Karta Divas or Integrity Divas. So the correct answer will be Silpi Divas. It will be celebrated to remember the Roop Kanwar Jyoti Prasad Agrawala. So Assam government has announced the awards, special pension and also one-time financial grants to the different artists and also to the indigent families of the artist for their outstanding contribution to the society in the field of art and culture on the occasion of Silpi Divas. Silpi Divas will be marked centrally within the university to mark the death anniversary of Roop Kanwar Jyoti Prasad Agrawala. Minister also announced the selected names of some 50 participants, or you can say 50 recipients of the award. So how many persons got the award on the Silpi Divas? 50 participants got the award. And 152 recipients, including 5 from the Divyang category, got the Barksik Silpi Samman 2022-2023. So this is also important that Barksik Silpi Samman has been announced or has been given to how many participants? 152 participants. Also, apart from this, one-time special family pension scheme or one-time special family pension has been announced to the 16 families of the deceased artist. Silpi Award 2023 will be presented to distinguished artists like Rajin Gohain, Pokhila Lektepi. Popular actor Pranjali Saikia will be given away the Natu Surjo Funny Award 2022. Apart from that, actor Arun Nath will receive the Dr. Bhabendra Nath Saikia Award 2022. Film director Samrendra Narayan Dev got the Biju Fukan Award 2022. Apart from this, eminent writer Mileshwar Pator got the award Bhimbor Deori Award for the year 2022. So these personalities who got different sort of awards need to be remembered, because question can be framed from this paragraph. Next question is about the research grant which is being given to the Dibrugarh University. Question is, Dibrugarh University got how much crore as a prestigious research grant? Options are 12 crore, 15 crore, 11 crore or 19 crore. Correct answer will be 11 crore has been given as a research grant to this university. So 11 crore has been got by the university, particularly by the from the Department of Science and Technology, that is under Government of India. Under which scheme this grant has been announced? Under the PERS scheme. What is the full form of this PERS? You can remember, Promotion of University Research and Scientific Excellence. This scheme is of the Ministry of Science and Tech. This award is a basically recognition to the university for its contribution in the field of research, particularly in the science and tech departments, and also its multidisciplinary research proposal that is entitled as Designing Multifunctional Nanostructured Material for the Catalyst, Energy and Biological Application got the recognition for which this grant has been provided. The main objective of the grant is to provide the support for nurturing the research ecosystem and also strengthening the existing research infrastructure for scientific development. Government of India will provide the financial assistance to the university for a period of 4 years. Remember this, the period will be of 4 years. Apart from this, high-end advanced instrumentation facilities will be provided so that the cross-disciplinary application, research, manpower, cost toward consumable instrument maintenance facility can be maintained. And you can also remember that different seminars or workshop and different assistance to the startups will be provided with this grant for a period of 4 years. North Kachar Hill Autonomous Council is all set to dedicate the Rana Chandi Madaiko, or you can say temple park at the Maibang, to the particular people of one district. So my question is, at which of the following district this Rana Chandi Madaiko, or you can say temple park, will be inaugurated? Options are Dispur, Bongaigaon, Dima Hasao, or Kamrup. Correct answer will be at the Dima Hasao. This temple park has been inaugurated for the people of district. So let's see the explanation. Maibang, it was once the capital of the Dimasa kingdom. This kingdom was at the period of 16th to 18th century. So major facelift will be seen at this particular place because temple park has already been completed and it will be dedicated to the people. This temple park will be known as Maibang Stone House. Because autonomous council has already been established there, the council decided to enhance the tourism potential of this area, due to which this temple park has been set up. Over 18 bighas land, the temple park has been established. What is the meaning of Maibang? Its meaning is plenty of rice. It is recognized as the cradle of Dimasa civilization, that is known for culture and heritage also. What is the river which is nearby this area? That is Mahur river. So apart from this, we are having the fertile plains of Maibang remains territory. So it already enriched the Dimasa history or heritage. So Dimasa history and heritage were appropriate, or you can say were very rich, and apart from that, it also got some geographical benefits like fertility of the land was good and river was already flowing nearby area. Township is located around the 50 kilometers of Haflong. So during the autumn and winter, the town is thronged by the tourists. Maibang has a railway station also, and also it is connected to the 4-lane National Highway number 27, due to which the tourism potential can also be nurtured further. Next question is about the construction of Karimganj Jakiganj Bridge. A government of Assam decided to construct this bridge. So over which of the following river this Karimganj Jakiganj Bridge will be constructed? Options are Dihing River, Dhansiri River, Subansiri River, or Kushiara River. The correct answer will be on the Kushiara River. This bridge will be constructed. India and Bangladesh is sharing the friendly relation over a period of time, and also the road communication between both the countries has been improved. So the government of India planned to construct this new bridge, which will also increase or strengthen the connectivity with the Bangladesh. This will be on the Kushiara River. It will be a 4-lane road. India has planned road connectivity with the neighboring country Bangladesh by constructing 300-meter 4-lane bridge over the Kushiara River. Also, we are having the 600-meter road in the Karimganj sector of Indo-Bangladesh border. This connects the Karimganj, Jakiganj of Sylhet district in the Bangladesh. Nearly half of 900 meters road will be constructed in the Karimganj side and other on the Bangladesh side. High official informed that the governments of both India and Bangladesh decided to construct this bridge, and it will bring the strengthening. It will bring the strengthening capacity between the relationship. But there are some problems which are there over this project in the Karimganj town, because most of the market areas and residential areas will be affected with this construction of bridge at the Karimganj. So government is considering the solution about this, and after the solution, this bridge will be constructed soon. So the next question is about the one of battery energy storage system in the Assam. OTPC recently inked the pact with for the development of this battery energy storage system in the Assam. How many megawatt battery energy storage system will be developed by the OTPC? Options are 210 megawatt, 250 megawatt, 300 megawatt, or 350 megawatt. The correct answer will be 250 megawatt battery energy storage system will be constructed, or you can say will be developed by the OTPC. OTPC is actually a joint venture of Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, Gas Utility GAIL Limited, Government of Tripura, and India Infrastructure Fund 2. So remember, this is the venture of four agencies. It owns and operates 726 megawatt gas powered plant. It caters to the 25% energy demand of all the seven northeastern states. This project will actually help the state of Assam particularly in terms of improving the power availability during the peak hours. It will also improve the integration of renewable energy with the electricity grid and enhance the grid reliability. OTPC, that is a reliable energy supplier for the Assam since 2014, is keen to be a partner of Assam in terms of transition toward the decarbonized energy mix. The energy storage project will bring in multiple avenues of employment, boost to the local business, improve the utilization of green energy. It will also help in carbon emission reduction and overall bring the socio-economic welfare to the state. Next question is, which of the following IIT is going to host the annual Entrepreneurship Summit Udgam 23 from the January 19 to 22? I hope question is clear. Question can be reframed also, like Udgam is related to which of the following sector? It is related to the entrepreneurs. So which IIT will host this annual and entrepreneurial summit Udgam 23? Options are IIT Hyderabad, IIT Guwahati, IIT Delhi, or IIT Mumbai. Correct answer will be IIT Guwahati will host this. Entrepreneurship Cell IIT Guwahati will organize the 15th edition of this summit, that is Udgam 23. It is being presented by the Tata Project, co-sponsored by the IDFC First Bank, Havels and Zaloni, and it will organize from the January 19th to January 22nd. The summit is a part of continued efforts to develop the spirit of entrepreneurship among the youth of northeastern India. During the events, a number of, you can say, domains will be covered or lined up, like northeast largest pitching battle will be showcased. Also school level pitching competition will be conducted. India's largest product case study competition will be conducted. A development hackathon will be conducted. Northeast Entrepreneur Drive, that is known as NEED also, it is basically initiative to help the northeastern colleges and to bring the entrepreneurship cells in these colleges so that the youngsters can take interest in the entrepreneurship and in the startup activities in terms of creating more jobs. Next question is about the celebration of particular number of years of the Assam tea. So how many years being celebrated in 2022 for the Assam tea? And this tea was initially started in the Jorhat. Options are 100 years of Assam tea, 200 years, 300 years, or 400 years. The correct answer will be 200 years of the Assam tea. So celebration to mark the 200 year of Assam tea have started in the Jorhat by the release of the monogram. This monogram is by the eminent author Arup Datta. And there was also a book launch that is by the tea researcher and writer Pardeep Baruha. It highlights the growth of the tea industry in the Assam. What is the title of monogram? It is Genesis of Assam Tea Industry. It traced the growth and development of the sector. The book, which is 200 Year of Assam Tea from 1823 to 2023, has also been published. The complete name of the book is 200 Years of Assam Tea, The Genesis and Development of Indian Tea. This book has been published by the Northeast Tea Association and it is being written by the Pardeep Barua. So these are some important points. Remember that the cultivation of tea has been started in the year 1823 and it's been 200 years for the Assam tea. Next question is about one of the particular village which is in the Bajali district of Assam. This village is known as the Assam's first clean and green village. So what is the name of this village? Options are Belona, Bagpara, Balipara, or Bamunkuchi. The correct answer will be Belona. Belona is the first clean and green village of Assam located in the Bajali district. So why it was in news? People in the Belona village, which is in the Bajali district, popularly this village is known as Assam's first clean and green village. People clearly alleging that village is still underdeveloped. As per the sources, it's been 3 years that village got the title of clean and green village, but no progress has been seen in the development or infrastructure of the village. It can be mentioned that locals of the Belona village are environment friendly. In fact, the local impose a fine of rupees 500 on anyone who is using the single plastic bags or single time usable plastic bags in the area. So they are contributing well to the Swachhata, you can say well to the environment sustainability, but they have not seen the development aspect. Next question is about the Indo-Bangla friendship pipeline. Recently, in the month of February, it has been announced that Indo-Bangla friendship pipeline will be inaugurated. Question is, how many kilometer will be the length of this Indo-Bangla friendship pipeline? Options are 120 kilometer, 111 kilometer, 130 kilometer or 156 kilometer. The correct answer will be 130 kilometer. 130 kilometer long international oil pipeline will be known as Indo-Bangla Friendship Pipeline. It will carry the fuel from the Assam-based Numligarh Refinery Limited marketing terminal at the Silgudi in the West Bengal to the Parbatipur Depot, which is in the Bangladesh Petroleum Corporation. This will be commissioned by the February. The seed of the ambitious project was sown in the year 2017 because at that particular year, Indian Prime Minister met the Bangladesh Prime Minister and agreed for this pipeline construction. Because this pipeline is important in terms of growth of both the countries, and the capacity of the pipeline will be 1 million metric ton per annum. Next question is, Assam cabinet approved the construction of elephant underpasses in the state. In how many jumbo corridors the elephant underpasses will be constructed by the state along with the boundary of Dipor Bill? Dipor Bill is actually a bird sanctuary and a Ramsar site. So how many jumbo corridors will be covered under this construction of elephant underpasses? Options are 4, 5, 6 or 7. Answer will be 7. 7 jumbo corridors will you can say see the construction of elephant underpasses to prevent the man-animal conflict, and it will be along the boundary of Dipor Bill. Dipor Bill is a Ramsar site and it is basically 4014 hectare bill. It is a wetland on the southwestern edge of Guwahati. So that's it for today's lecture. Keep studying. All the best. Thank you very much.